Hey, sorry, I was putting on some chapstick, and this is not this is gonna be streamed live, but it's pre-recorded. So don't say shit to me in the chat and say, why is you ignoring every last ones of yous? Because this is a pre-recorded hologram. Okay? Now, I wanted to talk about something again. However, I have a different point this time. Mommy ramblings. Okay, we all know it's this big thing, right? Where she said a long time ago that when she had a tragedy, she accused me and multiple other people of making fun of her tragedy, making fun of her son's death. And it never happened. She's doing the same thing with somebody else. And we're going to talk about pushing buttons. Okay. Now, this is why I didn't want to do a live chat while I'm talking and reading your chat, because I want to get it all out of my system. Okay. Now, like for you to gather around. Okay. No chance. No dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances. That's so cool. I won! Yay! Ow! Ow! My I was just looking at the comments and I was like, no one's commenting yet, but it's not live once again. But if you're listening to this later, I'll be in the chat with you if you want to hang out for a little bit. Maybe we can make out if you're close within my radius location, within my area. I'll give you my zip code. Actually, speaking of mommy ramblings, you know that she did, her and her friends did a virtual tour of my home, my humble home. Is that normal? Isn't that normal and nice? Now listen to me. I'm going to put something in perspective for you bitches. You want to hear what it is? Now, have you guys ever wanted to hurt somebody's feelings? Again, there is no chat here because this is pre-recorded. Again, if you're saying hello to me, please back the fuck off and stop judging me because I am not being a rude asshole. Well, thank you now. Have you guys ever wanted to hurt somebody's feelings before? Because let me tell you something, I sure have. Feel me? Now, when people hurt our feelings, we often want to hurt their feelings back. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you're not. So, for example, when you want to hurt somebody's feelings, you wouldn't say, you're really pretty, or I really like that blouse you're wearing. You want to hit them where it hurts, right? No, I'm not encouraging this. I'm just giving an example. Okay. And this is my opinion, by the way. Now, if you wanted to hurt somebody's feelings, you would probably go for something that you know would hurt their feelings, right? Now, listen, caught myself in a sticky predicament about, I want to say, what was it, almost 2 years now? I think it's going to be 2 years this May. Okay. We all know, but if you're not familiar with the story, let me tell you in a nutshell. I woke up one morning and I had known about Mommy Rambling's tragedy, and we were friends. Well, you know, as much as you could be friends if you're a rambler. Ramblers have expiration dates, and then they dip out of that community and find others that are better and fun and nice. But I woke up one morning and I had already known about her tragedy, and, you know, I saw she was crying by a lake, and I went in and gave my condolences. Now, normally when I go into that chat as a rambler, people would be like, hey, Robbie, you're so fun. Oh my God, hey. And everybody would be like, hey, say Robbie, hey. But in this moment, I was laying in bed. I remember I was like this. On YouTube. No, Mommy Ramblings is life. Poor thing. Click on it. I click on it. And she's like really angry and upset. And I was like, oh, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And I typed in, you know, so sorry for your loss and, you know, something hanging there. And I was waiting for people to say hi to me, really kind and nice. And they were being mean as hell. They're like, get the hell out of this chat, you son of a bitch. You're evil. You're going to hell. And you're no Christian. The hell out of here, Save Robbie. The fuck do you think you are? You stab everybody in the back in every community. The fuck out. What? So I got confused. what would, why? And all of a sudden it became apparent to me as I listened throughout the day into the nightfall. And I hear everybody saying, they're so evil. Say Robbie is a snake and he's evil and he's terrible, horrible, son of a fuck. The fuck? And I felt like, you know what it felt like? I know this is kind of stretching it, but let's stretch a little, huh? We could all use a little stretch once in a blue moon. I felt like I was standing in line at a bank, and I truly felt like somebody came in behind me, robbed the bank, and then ran out, and then I got the blame for it. And I was like, wait, I'm just here to get a cashier's check. You feel me? And then all of a sudden they're taking me out in cuffs. That's how I felt. And nobody was listening to me. Nobody was listening when I said, no, because she was mad and said that I was on a panel making fun of her son's death. She said that about Hello Starlight, Breakfast Club fan, and it was like this fantasy in her head. Like it did not happen. I don't think at all at that point. It did not. So I was very confused. I tried to reach out to her. I tried to explain to people. I went on my channel multiple times within the whole week saying, you guys, please. I was like, Carolyn, you're not listening. You're not, of course she was probably busy and stuff, but she wasn't listening. She was still going on and talking about it. Yet she was not responding to my emails or text messages or anything. And I wasn't mad at this point. I was like, this is wrong. I was scared because people had already contacted my job in the past. They've contacted it since. People piss you off and they try to go into your real life. Okay. Now, this went on for God forever. It still is. But I made the situation worse. Or did I? Because that happened and it had been months and months. She wasn't listening. I was this evil person. All the ramblers thought I was this crazy evil person. And I ended up, because RDA was blamed for it, and we were on a panel with them later on. This was quite a while after, I believe. The troll channels clip it and they have it somewhere, so you can ask them for the date. But they don't tell the truth anyway. So good luck asking them. Let's tie them up to a lie detector machine. That shucks you if you lie. Back the fuck up. Okay? Now, there were people like pissed off about this. And one of the people on panel, I think it was Helen DeKellar, was like, I'll say it, because somebody was saying that she said the wrong son died or whatever. This did not happen out of my mouth or my knowledge. But somebody was like, fuck it, she's going to blame us for it. I'll say it. Fuck it. And they were pissed off. Well, this obviously, if you've seen over time, has gone on for a long time. And, during that year, there was, that's when the pandemic started. And I was drinking really heavily. And, I started binging on gateway drugs, sex drugs. And I decided, oh my God, this sucks. I need to stop and I need to get help so I can quit methamphetamines and quit, abusing my body and learn self-control. And so I did that during this time. And this whole year that I'm getting sober, people are dragging me nonstop. Not only were they going after my sobriety and all this, they were, just being dicks, making videos, and I would respond, get pissed off. Meanwhile, Mommy Ramblings is still on her lying rant page saying I did this thing that I didn't do. Meanwhile, while she's doing that, she's making fun of people in recovery. She's making jokes out of it. She's dragging me, so I'd go on and respond to her. She's making jokes out of something that could actually kill me, yet she's offended and mad and ranting and raving about her tragedy and people wanting to focus on that. Well, you know what? Everybody has problems in their life. And just because you're going through a hard time does not give you the right to be an asshole. And that doesn't give me an excuse to be an asshole either. Okay. So finally, after almost a year of being completely clean off everything, I'm tolerating these motherfuckers nonstop. Feel me? So I decided to get me some beers and some cigarettes, and I went on a rage. And I got a hotel room because I didn't want Carol to see me getting drunk. That is a true story. Molly Golightly makes fun of me for that, but Carol had never seen me drunk before. I didn't want my baby to see me like that. So I got a hotel room and wasted. Off like 4 or 5 beers, I got wasted because it had been a long time. And as the alcohol seeped into my veins and it went up to my brain and just shrunk my brain down so I didn't think before I spoke. But in this moment, who gave a damn anyways? My heart was hurting and people were hurting my feelings, so I wanted to hurt them back. Here I was, almost a year later, doing wonderful, and here's these people making a joke out of this and being total dicks. I went on like 7 different live streams on my Save Robbie show channel and fucking cussed these people out. You guys are assholes to me. You blame me for something I didn't do. You've been dragging me for a year. You don't pay attention to detail. You're making fun of people in sobriety journey and blah, 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 blah. You feel me? So I got on there and I cussed the fuck out of everyone that hurt my feelings. And yeah, I said mean shit to hurt their feelings. I'm the one, okay, who said mean shit that night because I was like, you know what? I'm getting blamed for this anyways. These people don't listen. Fuck you. You hurt my feelings. You want to talk about my shit? Fuck you too. Fuck you too. You want to throw down? You want to throw down? But I'm not a violent person. And I don't want to threaten anybody. And I said mean shit to Mommy Ramblings and many other people. And she keeps continuing to blame Natasha Cooper to this day. Not for that night. Now, you all heard NewsTubers, okay? They made a video of that night, me ranting and cussing people out, and they mixed it with a fun live stream I did in my bathtub, and they made a cartoon of me with a mud bath and blah, blah, blah. Carolyn supported that channel. Mommy Ramblings was perfectly fine with the video. She was even in the comments, which I noticed they took the video down, I believe. So one night, mind you, there's no communication. I've tried to reach out to Mommy Ramblings multiple times, no communication. So one night we're on Natasha's panel, and we always would watch stuff and funny videos and whatever, and she would always watch NewsTubers videos. So I was like, pull up this video. I think it was like 17 minutes long. I was like, you don't have to watch the whole thing. And Mommy Ramblings keeps saying, he said that so that people wouldn't know what he said. You're stupid. People already heard that. First of all, you dragged me for a year without even doing that to begin with, okay? So I think I can tolerate people actually hearing me say it since I was blamed for it to begin with. Please. So we watched the video and we were laughing at some parts. And yeah, it's hard to listen to, first of all, a night of you going through a hard time relapsing and feeling that anger again. And not only that, but then listening to the terrible stuff you say. You guys want to be fucking judged for everything you've done when you've been under the influence of something? Good. We'll start doing that to you too, if that's going to be fair game. Okay. So Natasha, she's like, oh my God, Natasha was making fun of my son. That never happened. Again, just like the original time you blamed me, Natasha did not do that. We were listening to a video from the night that I was being a dick to you. However, you fail to ever take accountability for your actions, Carolyn. I have no problem telling people when I'm in the wrong, and I own up to my shit, and it feels good. I don't do it for you. I do it for the peace of mind in my own life. And it feels really good. You feel me? So to be clear, Natasha Cooper never did that. That is a lie, okay? Now, I wanted to say one more thing about hurting people's feelings. There are plenty of people on here that have been rude, mean, just terrible fucking assholes making hateful videos of me. And I've reached out to all of them, I believe. If there's any of you that I haven't, fucking email me. I'll talk to you. These people deny peace. And when I've asked people like BX, AJ, Captain Kangaroo, all these people, then if you don't want to work it out, then leave me alone. And they continue and they keep going and they keep going. So what happens when a cute little dog, they like tell you to back off. They're like, please, just leave me alone for now. Or maybe they growl at you a little bit and just give you a little like warning, like, please back up, please. I'm trying to sleep or whatever. And then you don't, and you keep poking that dog or whatever animal it is, and they end up attacking the fuck out of you. And then you're like, oh my God, this is a mean dog. Why would they do that? Look how terrible. You need to put the dog to sleep, okay? You need to take him down to that shelter right now and put him in the kill shelter and get it over with already. But they're not acknowledging their behavior before that dog bit them, right? So when I've asked people, please leave me the fuck alone. If you don't want to work it out, please shut the fuck up. And then they don't, and I end up hurting their feelings and stuff. You cannot be surprised when someone says mean shit to you back. You cannot do that. I mean, you can, but you look like a stupid fuck. You really do look fucking dumb. Really dumb. And then also, there is something that I do disagree with, because I am a firm believer in Jesus Christ, okay, and going to heaven and wonderful things happening after life. Now, there's a difference between like victim bashing or whatever and all this stuff. And so many people, and I've heard this is, the dead are not here to defend themselves. So don't talk about the dead. Don't talk bad about the dead. But in my personal opinion, we should be more focused on the people that are still alive, the people that actually have feelings, because let's face it, okay? Once you pass away and you're no longer in your body, your soul is gone, you can't hurt that person's feelings, okay? We need to be focusing on being kinder to each other and actually having communication. And that is the problem. So if you have a tragedy or you have something that you take seriously and that hurts your feelings and it's sensitive, when you talk about sobriety, maybe you talk about somebody's looks, maybe you talk about their divorce, maybe you talk about, whatever it is to try to hurt their feelings. You have to remember, if somebody's giving you a line of communication, if somebody is trying to tell you, please stop, or I want peace, and you're not stopping, those things are going to be used against you because they know those are the things that hurt your feelings. So what I say to Mommy Ramblings is, no, it's not okay to attack your child. Natasha Cooper never did that. And this goes for everybody, but I'm talking specifically to you right now, Mommy Ramblings, because you need to start focusing on the way you treat people and what you're doing. But the thing is, and this is my opinion and my observation, but Mommy Ramblings, I think you do it on purpose. I think you get a thrill out of people blowing up on you and snapping on you so you can play this perfect housewife. I don't know what kind of character you're going for, but nobody is as perfect as you're trying to portray yourself to be. Own up to your flaws and fucking wear them on your fucking sleeve, okay? So please, you don't have to like be friends with people, but you're so fucked up. And then here's the other part, dude. And this is by no means is this inviting people, to make fun of you or anything, but you tell people, and that people stream you. Okay. So you tell them, stop showing my family's picture, stop showing my son's picture on your channel, blah, blah, blah. And then you do a whole slideshow of him on your channel, which is great. It's your channel, but you're putting those pictures out there for more people to use that against you. So you're doing that to yourself. It's just like when I talk about my sobriety and stuff. I make myself vulnerable. So when people come and attack me, yeah, it pisses me off. But I know that, I'm putting that out there. So the more you put that stuff out there for people to use stuff against you, meanwhile, at the same time, you're still treating people like shit. I mean, come on, it's common sense. And no, I'm not supporting people being mean, and I'm trying to be better too. But you cannot be a dick to people and then expect them not to be a dick back. Because like I said multiple times, when I aim to hurt somebody's feelings after you hurt mine, I make sure I get the job done. And that's a flaw of mine that I'm trying to work on. But there's gaslighters like you, Mommy Ramblings, you are a gaslighter. And there's so many people on here that will instigate. And you do it in a very sly way, Mommy Ramblings, to the point where you think people don't notice what you're doing. But a lot of people are noticing. A lot of people notice that. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Okay? Now, I can give myself some advice as well and say, when people are mean to me, I just need to learn to fucking say things in a better way. Like I'm doing now. I think I did a pretty good job at that without calling you the names that you put out in this world and the energy that you set out into this universe. All of yous. But I love you guys. And I send love and peace to you. But, Mommy Ramblings, again, you don't take ownership. You never owned up and said sorry. You turned around and changed your story and said, I never blamed Robbie. I just said he associated with people. Yeah, you did. And you called me a terrible Christian right out by your lake before you took a swan dive in. Anyways, I'm craving crab legs. And I was vegetarian for like a month, but I have to go get lobster and crab legs. I hope you guys have the best day you've ever had in your life. And I'll talk to you later. I love you. I think I got it all out of my system. I'll be listening along with you, but again, this was pre-recorded. So if you're talking to me in the chat, I'm probably talking to you in there if I'm watching with you. Okay? I hope you have a really good day, okay? Goodbye. No chance. No dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances.